Welcome to Trump Updates, your go-to source for the latest on former President Donald Trump's political journey and updates. In today's video, we delve into the aftermath of Trump's New Hampshire victory speech, examining the claims, controversies, and fact-checking that unfolded. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay informed about all things Trump. Now, let's jump into the analysis. Former President Donald Trump delivered a victory speech at a New Hampshire castle, projecting an image of regality that clashed with the evident anger simmering beneath the surface. Despite securing a significant win in the primary, Trump's focus was on criticizing Nikki Haley, who he had just defeated in the race by a substantial 9 percentage points. Surrounded by former Republican primary rivals endorsing him, Trump expressed his dissatisfaction, stating, "I don't get too angry, I get even." Trump particularly targeted Haley's performance, dismissing it as very poorly, contrasting with pre-primary polls favoring him by 60% and indicating a substantial lead over the former South Carolina governor. The ex-president, not content with his New Hampshire victory, also set his sights on Haley's home state, South Carolina, where they are set to face off in the upcoming primary. The medieval backdrop of Trump's speech venue, a castle-like hotel, alluded to Haley's rejection of coronations in politics, emphasizing her commitment to democracy. Despite her defiant stance, the path forward for Haley appears challenging, with polls indicating a potential larger loss in South Carolina. Trump and his allies urged her to drop out immediately, with businessman Vivek Ramaswamy declaring her campaign as emblematic of the ugly underbelly of American politics. Trump, facing 91 criminal charges, dismissed them as a political conspiracy and warned of investigations for his opponents if they were elected. Despite the primary being declared over by his allies, Trump dedicated minimal attention to President Joe Biden, instead revisiting the 2020 election and repeating false claims of victory. During the New Hampshire victory speech, fact-checking became necessary, with CNN and MSNBC correcting Trump's inaccuracies. He falsely asserted winning New Hampshire 3 times and claimed Democrats had manipulated the 2020 election with COVID. Trump's baseless accusations extended to the New Hampshire Republican primary, where he alleged Democrats had voted. Fact-checkers clarified that only registered Republicans or independents were eligible to participate. In essence, Trump's speech, though celebratory of his victory, was marked by his ongoing disputes and grievances, including unfounded claims about previous elections, opponents, and the electoral process itself. Continuing from the analysis of Trump's inaccuracies and the fact-checking during his New Hampshire victory speech, the former president persisted in spreading misinformation about previous elections. He claimed that Democrats had used COVID to cheat in the 2020 election, prompting CNN host Jake Tapper to interject and emphasize that Trump had indeed lost the election, a fact repeatedly adjudicated. Furthermore, Trump asserted winning New Hampshire 3 times, including both primaries and general elections. However, historical records contradict this, as Hillary Clinton won the state in 2016 and Joe Biden did the same in 2020. MSNBC host Rachel Maddow expressed the challenge of addressing Trump's falsehoods, acknowledging the difficulty in countering his statements in real time. Trump's baseless claims extended to the New Hampshire Republican primary, where he alleged that Democrats had registered to vote. He asserted, in the Republican primary, they accepted Democrats to vote, despite the clarification that only registered Republicans or independents were eligible to participate. Trump specifically pointed to 4,000 Democrats supposedly participating in the primary, a statement debunked by the New Hampshire Secretary of State's office, which confirmed the last day for party affiliation changes before the 2024 presidential primary. Despite the barrage of baseless claims, Trump emerged victorious in the primary, defeating his Republican rival Nikki Haley by an 11-point margin. This success followed his resounding win in the Iowa caucuses earlier in the month. The stark contrast between the celebratory atmosphere of the victory speech and the ongoing disputes, fact-checking interventions, and persistent misinformation highlighted the complex and contentious nature of Trump's political narrative. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Trump Updates.